Hey guys, Paul here with Late Night Games, and today we are doing Cooking with Paul. So, as promised, I will be cooking for you guys, and what I will be cooking was recommended by Commander Sweetthang, which he recommended a chicken cordon bleu, or however it's fucking pronounced. Now, that being said, I don't know how to cook this. I haven't cooked it in years, so let's hope for the best. So here's the ingredients that we'll be using today. So I picked up some breadcrumbs, some chicken broth, some flour, some whipping cream. The chicken broth and whipping cream are for the cream that goes over top of the chicken. I also have eggs, which I haven't pulled out because they're in the fridge. Some ham and Swiss to shove in the middle of it, because from what I know, chicken cordon bleu is chicken with ham and Swiss shoved in the middle. Ginger beer, which is just for me to drink while I'm cooking because I like ginger beer. The eggs and the butter that we'll be using. And as a side dish, we'll be having a chicken sidekick with chopped bacon. So let's get to the preparations. Alright guys, so I got myself a camera girl for today, as I'm not going to eat all this chicken by myself. And the first step is I'm going to fillet these fuckers. Or I think that's what it's called. Basically, I'm going to cut them sort of in half, but not all the way, so as I can shove the cheese and the ham in between the two halves of chicken. Now, please keep in mind, the way I am cutting towards my hand is not a good idea. I am rather skilled with a knife, so I wouldn't recommend this to someone who doesn't know what they're doing with a knife. Alright.
As you cut yourself.
One of them open. I'm not going to cut myself. My camera girl and also partner in eating food today is a friend of mine, Amanda, and she will be eating the spoils of me showing you guys that I know how to cook. Cool. Alright guys, and for my makeshift mallet, I am using a tire iron with tinfoil on it, so that the tire iron isn't actually striking the chicken. I'm going to strike with this path, and we just gently pound the chicken to make it a little thinner. It'll bake that much easier. We are knocking some holes in the chicken, but you know what? You can't bake a chicken without knocking a few holes in it.
That's what she said.
Alright, that's good. It works like a charm. Nicely beaten chicken. Is it dying? Yeah. Split open this Swiss cheese. Get a plate for it. And I'm going to cut this Swiss cheese up into itty bitty thin slices.
You can go thinner than that.
I could, but do I want to? I like my chicken nice and cheesy.
You like it thick?
Hey, if it ain't thick enough to notice it's there, there's no point in it even being there. Giggity. And just lay on a healthy dose of the Swiss of the cheese within your chicken. And now we add some ham. As I didn't feel like cutting and dicing ham, I did pick up some pre-sliced sandwich meat ham. Just because this budding shit is goddamn delicious. Let's slap down about half a package per chicken. We fold these things closed. Which is a little trickier than expected, probably due to the amount of pulverizing they took. We toothpick these things shut so that they can't go nowhere. Stabby, stabby, stabby. Alright, and right now we're just getting our dredges mixed together. What a dredge is, it's a series of bits that you...
Oh, I think you got some eggshell in there.
A little bit. Itty bitty bit. Come on out. Come on out. After I beat this egg, what we'll be doing is dipping each piece of chicken thoroughly, first in the flour, then in the egg, then in the breadcrumbs. Before doing that, however, I am going to put a blend of spices into the breadcrumbs and into the flour. That, however, is a secret that I'm going to make up on the spot as I go, because that's just how I roll. And I'll touch base with you guys once we get that step ready to go. Alright, and now for the dipping process. First in the flour, and a little tossy roll. Roll. Then you pull it out. Get rid of this fork. Into the egg. Real quick, just to get it nice and wet. And then into the breadcrumbs. Delicious breadcrumbs. Plop onto the pan. And you continue for the other 3 pieces.
Look at those flying spaghetti monsters.
They will be delicious in your belly. Alright. Breadcrumbed and ready for the oven as soon as I wash my hands. And then into ye old stove oven thingamabob. Toss it at 375. And we'll let that go for about 40 minutes. Or 25, or give or take. We'll check on them. And in the meantime, while that's cooking, let's start getting our sauce ready. Sauce is very basic. It's about a 4-to-1 ratio of whipping cream to chicken broth. As I don't have a measuring cup because I don't cook very often, I'll just do half of this, and then 4 halves of this. It's a cream-based broth. The chicken just adds a little bit of flavor to it. You simmer it, and then you pour it over top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know what? We got a lot of chicken, so let's go with
all of it.
1. And now the bacon.
That was very terrifying.
Bacon.
That's the knife you used to cut the bacon.
Bacon. Now we don't need much. I'd say 1/4 of a pack should be good. The rest I will wrap up and put away for breakfast in the morning. Because if I have bacon, I'm making it for breakfast. Now, while everything does its delicious cooking thing that it does, although the camera probably isn't picking it up, we do have a lot of steam and a lot of smoke, and that's something that happens every time I cook. So I, of course, took the precaution of temporarily disconnecting my smoke detector. As if there's fire, I already know about it, so I don't need beeping on top of it. Alright guys, and aside from a little bit of a mishap when browning the top of them,
Crisp,
a little crispy, it looks like the chicken is done. The ham and cheese are nicely melted. So I'm just gonna plate this up and get this served out. And here we go guys, we've got some chicken cordon bleu and some chicken broth noodles with chopped bits of bacon. And to see how it tastes, we will have Amanda try a bite and let us know, as she is impartial, she is not me. She is hiding from the camera.
Hot.
And apparently it's hot. How is it otherwise? I promise you she is holding her mouth in heat not to stifle back vomit.
Really, really good.
Alright, well guys, that just goes to show apparently I do know how to cook, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna end the video here and go enjoy my supper. Take care guys.